What's up, Grappa fans? Today I want to pick up where I left off on removing my 2016 interior, my donor truck for my 1971 Crew Cab Bumpside. I'm doing a full swap over onto this frame and chassis, and I got to get everything out so I can cut it up and just have the bare bones left. I'm going to keep the floor and the firewall so that I can have all this nice interior and dash. And today I want to finish up by getting this headliner out because I don't want to end up cutting this thing and leaving parts of it laying out in the weather with, cloth stuff just getting mildewy. And there's a possibility I could use this headliner again. I really doubt it's going to fit right in there, but everything else is going to be 2016, so you never know. We'll see. I may, try to make that work. So I'm going to try to protect the headliner like I've done with everything else and put it in the house so it doesn't get all messed up. So we're going to go right into it, take off the rest of these little panels in here, and then I'm going to try to yank these seats out of this old crew cab over here because they're going to be in my way of plasma cutting the floor out of it. It's pretty rusty in here, but we're going to see if we can't get this thing looking right. I'm in here with my tarp percent tent, and I got the little handle there off on the driver's side. You can see the little side curtain airbag there. I got this little plastic panel off here that covers up the seat belt, as well as the seat belt out. And then back here I got the panel out. The seat belt's still in because it's all bent up and broke. I'm not too worried about salvaging that seat belt. Also got the speaker out. So now I'll show you over here. I just took out the seat belt with my little Torx bit here. It's the biggest or second to biggest one in my little set I got from O'Reilly's. So now once that's out, this is all just kind of clipped in, pulled out here mostly, and you can see the speaker there, what it's supposed to look like before it's all banged up. And then I'll just pull this guy out here next, and it should look something like that, just a little bit less bent up. Got these two panels off here now, and next thing I went ahead and did was took out these little coat hanger clips. It's got two tiny little star bit things, one on each side there. And now the headliner is mostly just hanging. The weather seal's holding it. And I want to say I need to take this light out so I can disconnect the connector from it, as well as the one up there. So I'm going to try to get all these little loose things undone. This is what I have to hear every time the fire truck goes by. That cover came off pretty easy, and I'm trying to see the connector for it, and I'm not really seeing it. Doesn't look like it has a wire stretching, so I'm gonna keep going and see if I can't get this down. I've started to peel away at the weather stripping because that's holding it in, and then I've got the sun visors disconnected there, or unbolted at least. They're still hanging on by their little power cord, and then I just pulled on this thing, and it came down, and I can see two little connectors there. So I'm gonna try to get those out and then see if I can get enough play in it to figure out where to disconnect these from, because I'm pretty sure they connect up above the headliner. And then once those are out of the way, it seems like this thing is totally just chilling now, and I ought to be able to get it out. Got that guy out of there. Wasn't too bad. With that out of the way, I've just got this plastic piece in here that's keeping this connector from coming through. I'm just gonna take these little Phillips head screws out real quick. Also, I found my little connector for the little sun visor. It's right in here, so I'm just gonna disconnect that. And I'm gonna be careful. I can see this thing is trying to crease up pretty bad, so that's probably gonna be a permanent crease, so that's not fun. But this thing is not giving me too much trouble. I'll just pop this off and do the other side. Hopefully she'll be free after that. Got those two Phillips heads out, so this should be free now. I'm pretty sure it was like supposed to be glued to the headliner, but it came off pretty easily. There we go. So easily that it just fell right out. All right, so now I'm pretty sure my headliner is totally just chilling. Might be a clip or something right there, but I'm gonna try to get it out. I think I found my connector for this backlight. It's on the rear passenger side. I see now the wire's like going all the way over there, so I'm gonna pop that out real quick and then we should be good to go. I got a bee trying to kill me. That thing's huge. Holy crap. Seems like it wants to come this way. Maybe the crunched door, the one that's probably smaller than the rest, is not the best idea to go through. There we go. The whole headliner fits through the passenger side front door. Good to know. Here's a better shot of the whole roof in here. Pretty crazy. There's a lot going on. You can see these side curtain airbags have like a little bottle that inflates them. That's pretty cool to see. Pretty crazy setup. And here's my wiring harness for my cab lights. So that's pretty cool to see. You can kind of see them up in there. You can see the amber lens of them, but it's pretty cool. Definitely stoked this thing has cab lights. I do want to use those in the bump side when she's done. The next thing I want to yank out is this fabric back here, so I'm just gonna pull this panel off here and see what we need to do. Seems like, let's see, did I break that? Looks like I broke that. Whoops. I think this was supposed to go over. That's why it broke. Alright, that's that. I guess I can get that seatbelt out and then not have to worry about that anymore. Well, this will come off pretty easy now. It just has plastic clips, so I'm just gonna try to get it out first and then go from there. Here's your cab vent. I thought these were pretty cool. I noticed on Michael's truck when we were doing, we had his bed off to do the 08 to 16 rear leaf spring conversion. That maroon 6.0 that pulled this thing home. We put newer style leaf springs on it, and while we had the bed off, every time you close the door, you could see these things like flap open. And that is kind of your cabin pressure thing to keep it from, you know, blowing out the window or something. Same thing if you had like bass going on or something, but kind of neat. That goes like straight out. That's the bed right there. Oh, here's the motor for, I think, the back sliding glass. Why is it? Oh, I guess it's cable driven. That's pretty cool. Looks like a cable runs all the way along here and then pulls it over. I didn't realize it was way down here. And this seat belt was just this 13 here and these two 13s. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out as well. Careful, there's glass right there. All right, there's that. I haven't decided how much of this back section I'm gonna keep because I'm keeping the floor. And obviously I'm gonna have a 67 to 72 style rear window like this, and I want, you know, all this to show behind it and look original. But once it gets down and below the bed, I'm not opposed to having it be 2016 stuff here. We'll see how that kind of goes together. But I might end up cutting it right here. Seems like there's a seam already. I could get these little spot welds out and kind of use from here down, and then, you know, all the way up, and the firewall as well. Kind of have a nice little base to weld everything to, but we'll see. Not sure exactly how that's all going to look yet, and I don't want to go too far out because then you'd be able to see it right here on the side too. So definitely want to keep all the old body lines everywhere that's visible, and then just make it, you know, new and modern 2016 all underneath where you can't see it. Alright y'all, that's all the messing with the interior I wanted to do on this truck today. I'm about to move over to the bump side. The next thing I'll probably do in here is try to get these doors disassembled, like take the panels off and the wiring out of them and everything, because I'm going to end up using that hopefully to have power windows and power locks in the bump side. So I'm going to get over here and start pulling these seats out to hopefully get ready to cut it up as well. And speaking of which, I know y'all are dying to see me cut something up. I've been talking about putting these two trucks together, and so far all I've done is play with them and take them apart. So let me show y'all some of my tools I've been gathering up. I just still don't have quite everything, but I'm ready to start cutting. Let me show you, I'm doing this on the low, so let me know what y'all think of this. Also, I just went to set this stuff up and my foot just went through this rotted piece of wood and I totally fell completely. Thought I broke my ankle. I'm still walking, so I guess I'm all right, but that's pretty embarrassing. I know I need to replace these pieces of wood. They're rotted and the four-wheeler has worn them out, but now I really have to do it because me or Megan's gonna come out here and trip. Anyway, we've got my flux core welder here. This is a used unit from Harbor Freight, so it's already cheap, plus it's used, and I got it from a buddy. 60 bucks I paid for that thing. Could be even cheaper because they're not that much to begin with. And here's my plasma cutter. We got a new tip on here and everything, but nothing crazy. Somebody's house is on fire. Sorry about that. Hope they're all right. We got an ambulance going by and a fire truck. Let me show you what else I got in here. Back in here behind all my tires and parts for this project. Also, I got some 37s for the Cat Eye Chevrolet that I'm gonna put on eventually, but all my focus is on this truck. And as y'all can see, I got a couple different new sets here. I'm gonna have a couple different setups for it when it's done. Here's my new air compressor. It's just a big old Craftsman. It's got a 33-gallon tank and electric, air compressor, oilless. Very basic setup. I got tired of shopping around for it and just went and bought one. And there's my other new fender. And here's my 1967 grill. This is an original from 1967 out of the box Ford grill. Now you'll see a lot of people will make the 68 and 69 grills that has the thick bar in the middle. You can get those aftermarket all day, but these 67 aluminum grills are super hard to find. I'm excited about this one. It does have some scratches and stuff from people moving it around for 50 years, but I'm gonna slap this thing on the truck when it's done, and I'm very stoked about that. While I'm working on getting these seats out, I got the bolts out here on the driver's side pretty easily. They're a 9/16, and I got one anchor nut that's wanting to spin, and I just found it because it's actually right underneath the cab. You can totally see it. I've got it vice gripped up. Let's see if this does the trick. But you can see in here, there's your anchor nuts, those two for the rear part of this front seat, and then I imagine there's a couple right here as well somewhere. Not sure exactly. I think that's them right there. So I just got one that won't come out. I'm gonna see if that dog, you gotta stop barking at me. I just got this one that's free spinning. We'll see if I can get the vice grips to do the job. Not sure, that didn't feel good. I think it just spun again. Yeah, I feel like that ain't cutting it. Got the vice grips tightened down some. See if that's enough. Try to come through here. I got the seat to come forward some. I didn't really know how to unlatch it, but it's just this little guy right here. Not too bad. Nope, I think it's still spinning. I could cut it out, but I'd like to just unbolt it if I can. Probably speaking too soon, but I think I got the right angle on the vice grips now. Doesn't feel as tighty, loosey now. It feels pretty smooth, so I think I got it. It's kind of cool how you can get to pretty much everything on these trucks and work on them. There we go. I'm throwing those right there in the bolt holder. And now my seat is free and clear to come out of there, and we can see what all has been living under it. After letting all these bolts soak for a couple days, the seat is nice and free. They came right out. No major issues there. And then while I'm back here messing with it, I decided to go ahead and start taking the screws out of this trim piece here. And I got this one all loosened up. About to see how rusty and crusty it is underneath here. Just kind of what's going on with it. Oh, it definitely looks a little wet under there. Let's see this. These always want to break right here. Let's see. Got this trim. Yep, and I think I just broke it, but not exactly planning on reusing this anyway. So, all right, we definitely have some crustiness going on here. Yeah, this has been wet for a while. That does not look so good. This is like mud at this point. All right, so it gets better as it goes back, but right here it's definitely bubbled up, separating. Not too sure exactly how far inboard I was gonna go, but I definitely was kind of expecting to use that. But we might be able to make this work. We'll see. I'm gonna clean it up some and at least get it to stop sitting here wet and getting worse until I get to cutting this thing apart. I've got all these little side trim pieces off, and the back ones look pretty good, not too rusty. These ones here are a pain to get off, and they may have a little rust behind them actually, looking on both sides, but nothing too crazy. Now I'm just going around and taking off these little seatbelt covers. It's kind of a cool old simple seatbelt design. It just has a little reel in there. Once you take the cover off, that's what it looks like. And there should just be one little star bit that you gotta take out. And then once those are out of the way, all the seats are loose. Once I get ready to cut the floor out of this thing, I can just kind of move all this crap out of the way and just blast the sucker along the seam here. Give myself plenty of room so I don't cut too much off. It's gonna be sad to see this little step go because I love the old school design of that raised floor, but in order to get the 2016 interior into this thing, I'm gonna end up having the full 2016 floor. So from about here, inboard is gonna be totally stock 2016 with black carpet. So that's gonna have to go. And I don't know if y'all have been around that long, but I used to be really into longboarding. I got a couple different old boards and stuff in here. That's my 2011 Wolf Shark and the old Bongra from Loaded. So stay tuned. I'm about to take these seats out and then I'll get into cutting these things up here in the next episode.